Hey everyone, Sweet Johnny Cage here, back with part 3 of the full playthrough walkthrough for Dark Souls 3. In this section of the walkthrough, we're going to go through the Undead settlement in its entirety. I will warn you, this is a really long walkthrough. I'm doing this live. It's a Let's Play style walkthrough, but I can just tell you that this is a really large area, one of the biggest in the game. There's a lot of ground to cover, several NPCs to find, keys, upgrades, and one boss, along with a mini boss of sorts. So, just if you're looking for help with a specific area, check the timestamps. I do my best to sort of, timestamp each major interaction or each section of the Undead settlement. Just check the timestamps in the description below. Okay, so you take a look at our gear here. Currently level 21, 17 Vigor, 14 Endurance, 16 Vitality, 16 Strength, 12 Dex. I am currently using a Fire Longsword +1. I don't think I'm going to upgrade this any further because the weapon I really want to use, which is the Butcher's Knife, comes more or less right after, kinda, the Undead Settlement. It's not too far ahead. And then I'm using the starting Knight set along with the Lothric Knight armor. And then I have the Covetous Silver Serpent Ring and the Blue Tearstone Ring. I guess I should also kind of mention here that in part 1 of the walkthrough, I showed how to get on top of Firelink Shrine very early. So having that Silver Serpent Ring, or Covetous Silver Serpent Ring, I had that a bit early, but you could still get it. Okay, so let's go to the Undead Settlement. We'll kind of get started here. Starting at the foot of the Highwall. Alright, so like I said, strap in. It's going to be a long walkthrough. This is probably the area of the game that will take you the longest, especially if it's your first time through. It's just really big. Okay, so starting here at the high wall, let's just check for some items. There might be one over here. Yep. Okay. Large soul of a deserted corpse. And then you can see some hollows walking around there, and this whole area is the Undead Settlement. I do want to show you really quick this guy right here, if you look at where my sword is pointing. This is a giant with a giant's bow, and he is shooting arrows into a little graveyard, and we will eventually find out where that is, and believe it or not, you can turn him friendly if you just speak with him, and then the arrows will no longer deal damage to you, and you can just sort of traverse the area without fear. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. Let's walk down, just checking other treasures. Okay. So what's going to happen when we sort of walk down here is the gate is going to open. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, the gate is going to open, dogs are going to come out. And then what I recommend doing is just waiting, because the dogs will take care of these hollows. Sometimes the hollows, will rarely fight back. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. But it can sort of allow you to kind of get a jump on the dogs. Yep, there's one. Got me from behind. Okay, number 3. Alright, great. So that's the dogs. And then we are not going to open the gate just yet. Instead, we're going to go to the other side of the bridge here. And on the other side of this bridge is going to be an NPC named Yoel of Londor. Oh, totally forgot about these guys. I knew there was treasure behind one of these cards. I just didn't realize there was dogs, too. Alright, buddy. Okay, great. Kind of a waste of health, but whatever. Alright, got an alluring skull. Okay, so on the far end of this bridge is going to be... all these guys are pilgrims, but one of them is still alive, and his robes are moving, and it's this guy right here. So this is Yoel of Londor. You can speak with him, accept his service, and then he will disappear and go to Firelink Shrine. We will revisit him in a little while, but that is how you can rescue Yoel of Londor. There's some homeward bones right there for you in case you want to go back immediately. And Yoel of Londor, we will, again, talk about him more once we return to Firelink in a little while. But he is he's the NPC that's responsible for the hollowing mechanic in Dark Souls 3. Hollowing in Dark Souls 3 is a tad bit different than in Dark Souls 1. But again, we will talk about that a little later. So once you're ready, open the gate. There's going to be a couple of villagers over here, along with another dog. Sometimes a dog comes out. Maybe not. Okay, and of course, I mean, like, I'm going to say this, like, pretty much every time. There are too many bonfires in Dark Souls 3. There's no need for there to be a bonfire right here. I don't understand it. But yeah, so go ahead and light that bonfire. Get yourself a nice, teleport location. And then we can start traversing. And as you make your way through the Undead Settlement, you can hear that giant archer in the distance once you sort of move past this gate, or the opening gate. All right. These guys are sort of like the Royal Wood Gardeners from Dark Souls 1. No relation. They just have, pitchforks like the other guys do, too. Yeah, you can hear the giant archer the whole time. Listen to him to shoot an arrow here any second. Come on, buddy. Don't make a fool of me. Alright, whatever. I'm sure we'll hear him again soon. Yeah, I also want to mention there are several paths to take through the Undead Settlement. So we're going to do sort of like a lot of looping around. Several of these corpses you could just cut down. And you can get, some decent items. Small leather shield right there. You also want to look out for these cages. These things are called cage spiders. And basically, they're just corpses in a cage that will sometimes, like, animate. And then will deal a ton of damage to you. So always be careful when approaching those cages. They're often in, like, dark corners. And you can't always recognize what's happening. Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to happen. I was trying to spot him out, but that's okay. Alright, so before I go any further here... Oh, I should also mention the cage spiders. If you just press R3, or push in the right stick, you can target them even when they're not, like, moving. So that's another way to sort of discern cage spiders from just regular cages. So, right where my sword is pointing, you can see a thief. I forget what these guys are actually called, but they look like Greirat of the Undead Settlement. And these guys are always on the walls or on the ceiling. They're very rarely just walking around, and they will always try to get the jump on you. They don't necessarily have any, like, plunging grab attacks, but they can deal a lot of damage to you, so you just gotta, like, listen out for them. So there's a corpse here. That is a very important corpse, but there's also a treasure over here. Where did that come from? Oh, he's down there. He's through the geometry. Oh my god. I was waiting for that guy. Wow, that's so funny. He's, like, stuck in the rafters there. That's kind of funny. Anyway, get that treasure. And then you want to cut down this corpse. And this corpse has a key item called, named Loretta's Bone. And if you remember when we rescued Greirat from the Highwall of Lothric, he asked us to go to the Undead Settlement and find a woman named Loretta. And Loretta is his wife, or his love. And unfortunately, Loretta is dead. But we cut down that corpse, and then we can get her bone. And then if we bring it to Greirat, that will sort of really kick off his questline. Oh my god, this guy's, like, full-on stuck in the wall. That's really funny. There he goes. I think that was it. No, he's still there. I don't know who that is then. Anyway, we got some more of these thiefy guys, so just let them come down. Cut them up. You always want to look on the ceiling, look in the distance. Sometimes they're on the floor, sometimes they will have already fallen. But just always be on the lookout in these sort of dark areas of the Undead Settlement, because they're around. Okay, yeah, one just fell here. Very good. Sometimes they have blow darts that you gotta look out for. They come in all shapes and sizes. We get the charcoal pine bundle here. You can walk out. I have a feeling that the guy is gonna clip through here and just gank us. Oh well, maybe not. Okay, so in this area here, we have a bunch of people worshiping this tree, and then we have a cathedral evangelist right here, where my sword is pointing. This enemy right here. These evangelists are really cool enemies, but they have a variety of attacks that you have to watch out for. There is a grab that has a very huge hitbox. I wouldn't say it's like unfair, like Dark Souls 2 ogre level unfair, but it is pretty large, and they move to grab you. So if you see them sort of open their arms and they say, "Cleanse the bastard's curse," just get away from them, and then just wait for them to attack again. They also have a spell that if it hits you, even if you're blocking it, will stack bleed damage, or stack the bleed meter, so you want to look out for that. Let's go ahead and loot Loretta's bone here. We'll take that back to Greirat later. And then there's a lot of enemies, so we can begin taking these guys out. But we can actually just use a firebomb on these barrels. Oh, come on. There we go. That gets rid of a few of them. Do we have any black firebombs? Alright, nothing left in the fire. Let's try to aggro these guys. I'm trying to be careful because I do have a fire sword. And I don't want to explode the barrels on myself. Alright, so some of these guys will just sort of be passive. The Evangelist is now waking up. Here comes the bleed spell, this little weird thing. That's the bleed spell. Don't let that hit you, otherwise it will stack bleed. Okay. Again, I'm just sort of avoiding the Evangelist for now. Trying to take care of all the lesser guys. Yeah, the big mace can be a problem. Oh god, that was bad. Oh, she says come to me when she's doing the grab. That makes more sense. She also says cleanse the bastard's curse at some point, which I think is just like a cool line. I say it all the time. Yeah, so you kind of just got to run away. Oh god, yeah, sometimes the mace is a double hit. So you got to look out. Oh god, so much bleed. Alright. Even if you block, unless you have a shield that blocks 100%, that's a grab too. Yeah, she does say cleanse the bastard's curse. I wasn't crazy. God. Yeah, she can also smack you with the book. Come to me. Oh god, yes, it's so big. The grab radius there is just so big. It's fair. It's not unfair, I don't think. Oh my god, I got totally turned around there. That sucks. Blue Tearstone Ring probably saved me. Go ahead and get the parry off. Another hit. She'll go down. What? That was weird. I don't know what just hit me. I love that line. Okay, cool. They also have a pretty good armor set that you'll eventually be able to pick up over time. So this should be an Estus Flask shard. Yep. Get yourself an Estus shard, and then there's a treasure over here. Be sure to grab this. Soul of an Unknown Traveler. Okay, and then let's go over here to the well. Okay, there's nothing there. Right, this is what's over here. Remember. Okay, so we still have a decent amount of enemies around. So just be careful when you're moving around here. I'm going to kill this guy. No, kill this guy first. Oh my god, the radius on these guys is wild. I gotta stop trying to two-hand. My weapon is so short. I'm just like really messing myself up. Okay, so there's like an alleyway here with some houses, but this door is going to be locked. No, it's not. One of these houses has a locked door. I guess it's not this one. Alright, so see how I just targeted this, even though it's not moving? You want to keep that in mind. So you could, use throwing knives. They're not strong at all. You could just throwing knife them if you like, or just block. They're sort of like the bone pillars from Dark Souls 1. They have like a swinging attack, so just be on the lookout for them. Okay. There's one of these houses that you have to drop into, so that's why I was a little hesitant to come in here, because it just, does not open. It's this, yeah, it is this house. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to walk back up here, and then we can drop into this room. Right here. So there's a hole right here that you can drop into. Right, and then this should be a bone shard. Or Warrior of Sunlight. Shield. Oh no, it's the Covenant item, Warrior of Sunlight. So Covenants work a little bit differently in Dark Souls 3. You no longer need to find NPCs most of the time. Sometimes, but basically the gist of it is you'll get Covenant items, and then you can just equip them at will. You can drop out of Covenants, you can join them at any time. The progress never really resets. At least I don't think it does. Let me just double check what I just said, because I don't want to have you grind out a Covenant and then lose the progress. Yeah, I don't think... Covenants, Directions through Wiki. Change. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can just change them at any time. It's taking a little while to find the info, but... players may... Yeah, okay. Players may only join one covenant at a time. Unlike past games, however, the player can simply change covenants after gaining entry in the equipment menu. Right, so you can change it at any time. It doesn't reset the progress or anything. Okay, so this right here... this I wish I explained that before I did it, but... Basically, there are pots scattered throughout the game, and they are basically Estus soup. I don't know how that works. But they will restore your health. However, not every pot has friendly Estus. In the swamp of Farron, or Farron Swamp, the soup there is poison. So just be wary when drinking the soups. We can open this door, and now we're back in the basement here. There are several of these spider, or cage spiders here. Just be on the lookout. And then there's sort of a big guy with a hook over here, like a fishing hook. Oh, right. And then we got these guys. Jesus. All right. I'm going to try to fight them here. Just at least sort of meat grinder them as best I can. Jesus, man. Let's see if I can get them to fall in. Perfect. Oh, I really didn't want that guy to fall in. Yeah, I wanted the other one. Thank you. Oh, God. I could really use that Estus soup now, let me tell you. That's okay. Blue tier stone is fine. And I'm already embered, so it doesn't do anything for me. This guy had a treasure. Oh, and there's a treasure on their corpse, too. The Thrall hood, right? Let's cut down these corpses. Great. Art still of a deserted corpse. Okay. Cool. So there, I think there's another cage spider here. Yes, there is. Yeah, see, they can just sort of deal damage to you very quickly. Alright. Oh, God, that's one too. Gee, that scared the hell out of me. Okay, so this is actually an area I didn't want to come just yet. This is a very dangerous alleyway. Yeah, so I'm not going to do that just yet. We're going to go back upstairs, and we're going to go the other route. I'm glad I found all that, but it's not really the most... Where did he come from? It's really not the most efficient route through the village here. I got a little confused. Like I said, Undead Settlement, huge place. There's several paths. It's easy to get lost. I mean, this bridge is another path, so like, I'm not joking when I say there's a lot of different ways through. Alright, so that's sort of a booby trap there. This is not an illusory wall. I don't know why I tried that. Alright. Tell you, I'm tempted to restore my Estus. Just because Undead Settlement's hard, man, and I have no life. Let me go ahead and rest at the bonfire, and then we'll just sort of run back to where we were. We should be able to avoid pretty much everything. Yeah, but we will just rest. There is a bonfire nearby, but I'm just not confident that I'm going to make it, so I'm going to go ahead and rest up. And once we reach out of the bonfire, I will... backtrack to Firelink Shrine, and then we'll sort of explain the Greirat questline and do some other stuff too. But for now, we're just going to continue. Unfortunately, you do have to go back to Firelink Shrine to level. I don't really understand that. It's a weird change. Yeah. In Demon Souls... Oh, nice fire gem. You know, in Demon Souls, you had to return to the Nexus, speak to the Maiden in Black. In Dark Souls 1, you could level up at any bonfire. In Dark Souls 2, you had to go back to Majula, talk to the Maiden in Green. And then, yeah, it just seemed like a... I don't know, it seems like they were going to go back and forth, but then they didn't. Weird. Anyway, back over here now. Ugh, I don't want to waste too much time on these guys. I am, like, way too reliant on this knight armor. Just playing like a dummy here. I don't know how that just worked, but I'm glad it did. Oh, hello. Alright. Good. Cool. And we're going to go back over here and go into this house. And then I'm not going to worry about the cage spiders at all here. Or at least the one upstairs. Instead, we're going to come down here. And then we got to... Maybe I could just aggro this guy alone. Yeah, because these guys... I see where they are. I understand now. Hello. Yes. Wow. Very weak to criticals. Nice. Alright. So these guys are going to drop here. Wonderful. Perfect. Yeah, we're in a pretty good spot now. Okay, ignoring those cage spiders. Alright, so we're going to come over here. And then it says treasure ahead, so let's sort of check this out. You do want to hold up your shield just because there are some enemies here. You do want to watch out for. Not a good treasure, but treasure nonetheless. The cage spiders can move. They can sort of travel very slowly, but they can. Anyway, so there's a guy with a big mallet over there, and there's a couple villagers. But if you look closely, you can see a church evangelist on this little catwalk up here. And the church evangelist, basically, the only thing that she's going to do is cast that bleed spell. So you have to be very, very careful. And she can also see you from a great distance. You can use the environment to block the spell. It should sort of hit this wood and dissipate. Yeah, so you should definitely use the environment to your advantage. But just be careful. So we can come in here and maybe kite these guys in. Yeah, come over here. Ugh. This isn't going how I wanted it to. Come in the house. There you go. Jesus. Alright, great. Alrighty. Oh, cool. Somebody just kindled a bonfire, I think, or did something, because I just got a flask back. Okay, so there's a sort of alley that I want to try to tuck into here, but the mallet guy's a bit of a bother. Okay, so from here we should... Nope, never mind. I thought we'd be safe over here. We are not. This is dangerous. Ugh. Okay, whew, we made it. I was just mashing R1 there. Anyway, there's a treasure right here. Titanite shard. Good for later. Alright. And we're sort of, getting to the point where we're going to be able to take care of that evangelist in the House of Evangelista. Alright, so we're going to come up this staircase here. Oh, no, never mind. I think it's behind. Oh, she fell. That's lucky. Oh, wow, we got a good backstab there. That was right. That was probably pixel perfect there. You're gonna bonk me with a book? How dare you? Okay, so it's lucky that she fell. She doesn't always do that. So what we're gonna do is... I need to get up there. Oh, the ladder's over here. Sorry. Like I said, I love doing these walkthroughs, but it's been a little while since I played Dark Souls 3, so these aren't going to be as smooth as Dark Souls 1 and Bloodborne. Okay, cool. Great. So we get another Titanite shard up here, and then we can just drop on down. Alright. Alright. Over here. Just careful in this house. Sometimes you get the little thiefy guys. Okay, so I'm glad this happened. I am kindled, so I got invaded by by Hodrick, and believe it or not, we're gonna meet Hodrick in his regular body form, if you want to call it that. But you'll notice he's a purple phantom. Purple phantoms are chaotic evil, or maybe chaotic neutral. Maybe I don't know the terms very well, but basically he's not friendly, but he's not helpful either. So. He can kill enemies in my world, but he can also obviously kill me. So Yeah. This is a scripted invasion, though. Wow, I can't believe that worked. He has a barbed sword. Oh, that didn't work. That clearly stacks bleed, so you do have to be careful. He also has a little bit of pyro. I don't know what that one was. Oh yeah, he heals. I forgot about that. Right, so that healing circle can also heal you. So it's not all bad. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no! Shit, I really gotta get away. Yeah, this is like a tough fight here. If I was better at parrying, this would go a bit easier. Maybe I can get him to come upstairs this way. I don't have to worry about that healing aura at all. Come on, Hodrick. Hodrick is the father of Cirrus of the Nine Realms, I think her name is, who we will encounter a little later. Oh, God. My parry game sucks. Ah, sweet, sweet Jesus. Yeah, he's smart. He is smart. Oh, he deserves it. He deserves it. What a god. I wonder... Can I just kick him off? Can I get him to come over here? Oh, I could die. Okay, I'll try that again. Okay, take 3, believe it or not. Yeah, I actually died while trying to recover everything here. Of course, I can't drop on her. Oh, maybe I can. Yeah, hey, how you doing? Oh god. Got stuck on the wall. Oh my god, how are you not dead? There we go. Okay, so, whew, man. Alright, so I'm not kindled, so Hodrick is not going to invade just yet, but I actually forgot a house here. For the whip. Alright, so there's the whip, in case you like. Me personally, I'm not a whip user, so it is not for me. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to stay unkindled because we are right near a bonfire. And so it's going to be better for me to just walk over here and get this crystal lizard. Hello. And then we're going to deal with Hodrick in a tiny bit of a different way. So, again, just going to walk along these catwalks, and then we will drop down here. Cool. And then we will light this bonfire. There's a door over here that we cannot open from this side, so don't worry about that. But we're going to rest here. We're going to go level up. So let's go back to Firelink. We'll level up, and I will explain Greirat's questline. And yeah. So let us... we'll also explain Yoel of Londor. So let's go ahead and reinforce our Estus flask. Get a 7th flask. What is this going to cost to reinforce? This is going to cost 385 souls and what? What are the materials? Oh, Titanite shard. No, I'm not going to waste the Titanite shards on this. I'm okay having a +1. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, so this is Greirat, and he's going to ask for Loretta's bone.
And in one piece. Just...
So give him Loretta's bone, and then he will, say thank you, and then if you speak with him, he will sort of have a shop. And this shop increases its items every time Greirat sort of gets sent out on an adventure. So every time you visit a new area, actually, let me just, I don't think it's every single time, but Greirat, the Undead Settlement. Basically, you want to send him out at different times. You send him out 3 times total, but the 3rd time he unfortunately doesn't make it back. So now that he has Loretta's bone, we can send him out, and doing so now, we can send him to the Undead Settlement. So just talk to him.
You can.
Maybe we gotta start another conversation.
Oh, and in one piece. You can.
Hang on. Sorry. From the Undead Settlement. So maybe he's automatically going to leave. We'll check on that in a second. But basically, he will leave to various locations in the game. You can send him out, and then he'll come back with new items. So Yoel of Londor is here, and he has the hollowing mechanic. So I want to make sure I explain this correctly. So I'm going to look him up again and sort of explain to you the way this works. So if we speak with him, I think he gives us the beckon gesture. Yes, he does. Right. He has some items for sale, just some basic spells, nothing too crazy. Yeah, this doesn't ever increase. Actually, it does. So he sells... right, so he will sell Soul Greatsword if we draw it Strength once. Okay, so Hollowing... I'm just going to read this straight from the Extra Life Wiki. It's a bit of a confusing mechanic. So, after Yoel moves to Firelink Shrine, you can select Draw Out True Strength from his menu options to perform this action. After you use this 5 times, he will die and Irinia of Londor will appear. The opportunity to receive these free levels is tied to your Hollowing stat, which increases each time you die by an amount equal to the number of dark sigils you have. The first level is available with no requirements, the second at 2 Hollowing, the third at 6, the fourth at 12, and the fifth at 15. As the amount of Hollowing per death is equal to the number of dark sigils you have, you only need to die twice between each next level, except for the last where you only need to die once. You will need all 5 dark sigils from him to receive the Usurpation of Fire ending. So dark sigils... oh god. Dark sigil. Okay. So, yeah, Dark Sigils are like a really weird... Let me just try to look up Dark Sigil. Again, Dark Sigil. 1 is given to you by Yoel of Londor each time you tease out Inner Strength. Okay, so... Right. So every time you die, or you have to die a certain amount of times, then you can keep asking him to draw a True Strength. Every time you do, you receive a Dark Sigil. Upon receiving 5 Dark Sigils, he dies and a different NPC appears. These are basically free levels, but at sort of like a cosmetic cost and sort of like a lore cost in different quest lines. You can also get rid of this hollowing mechanic by speaking with the Firekeeper, using a Purging Stone. There's a cost to removing the Dark Sigils, and that is the cost of those 5 levels. So, yeah, it's really up to you, whatever you want to do. I don't really mess around with it. I might, at a certain point, just to sort of trigger the Irinia of Londor questline, but I won't do it for now. So that's Yoel. It's sort of like a free 5 levels, but at the cost of some lore. It is required for one of the endings, though. It can be a touch confusing. No exaggeration. But for now, let's go ahead and level up with the Firekeeper. Definitely use that. I'm going to keep... Oh, I can only afford 1 level. So we'll go into Strength just to help with Hodrick. Right, I don't have any Undead Bone Shards. So let's travel to the Dilapidated Bridge, and then once we kill the first enemy here, I'm going to Ember. I'll use an Ember, and then we'll kill Hodrick. Okay. Back in the Undead Settlement. So there's this guy. He has sort of like a saw cleaver. He can't be backstabbed, so you gotta watch out for that. Oh my god. And he has just a ton of poise. Oh my god. I think he can be parried, but it's hard. Yeah, he also has that ability. And he just sort of like keeps stringing attacks together, so he's pretty tough to really contend with. But once he's down, see if he drops anything. If not, go ahead and Ember, and then that will cause Hodrick to invade you. There he is. Alright, he shows up right here. So I'm going to try to fight him near the bonfire. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like you really push him off the cliff. That's okay. So I'm going to try to do the same thing he's trying to do to me. Try to get him over here. Oh, God. That's funny. Let me just try to parry him. How is that possible? That was a definite parry. There we go. So Hodrick is a mound maker, and the mound makers are this sort of like chaotic neutral kind of covenant that I'll explain later, and you can join it here in the Undead Settlement. How dare you? I'm trying to prevent him from casting that healing thing. Ooh, he almost parried me there. I can't remember how many Estus flasks he has. I think he only has 2, but I could be dead wrong on that. Dude, you've got to chill out. That was too late. Oh, you son of a bitch. This may take a while. He's so strong. God. At least we're both healing, right? It's helpful. This fight sucks. I hate Hodrick so much. How is that not a parry? Buddy. I can't even see him, but I'm just using this to heal. There it comes. Oof. Okay. Parrying uses so much stamina, though. Just trying to kick him. Oh my god. My man. I got greedy there. See ya. Okay, that's Hodrick. Holy dear God. And we get a vertebra shackle for our trouble. Wow. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rest, restore everything, and then very quickly I'm actually just going to reload. Actually, before I do that, that takes a little while. Let me just look up and see if he drops anything. Holy Knight Hodrick. Nope. Okay, that's it. I don't need to reload. So, like I said, he's part of the Mound Maker's Covenant. And the Mound Maker's Covenant is a covenant where you can invade people, and you can either help them or hurt them. So, if you invade as a Mound Maker, you can, kill enemies in their world. You can help them with bosses. You can do whatever you like. But friendly fire is enabled. So, it's really whatever you want to do. You can also... oh, God. You can also... Dude. I'm going to restart this. As a Mound Maker, you can also kill invading red phantoms. I don't know if you can kill other Mound Makers, but yeah, you can sort of like just do whatever the hell you want in other people's world. It's kind of fun. Joining it, however, is a challenge. You have to do something at a very specific time here in the Undead Settlement, which I will show you how to do, don't worry. But you cannot join them after you have killed the Curse-Rotted Greatwood. And that is because there is an NPC in the Curse-Rotted Greatwood's arena that will die if the boss, or when the boss transitions to Phase 2. Thank you, Jesus. But there's a way to sort of teleport into the boss's room, similar to Gravelord Nito in Dark Souls 1. You can sort of teleport into the boss arena early. But if you do this sort of after transitioning the boss to Phase 2, it doesn't matter. I actually don't know if you can. I think the teleport goes away. Anyway, this area here is where the giant, who is in the tower over here where my head is, he is shooting arrows into this graveyard. So, what we're going to do is we're going to watch it happen. The arrows are more or less being aimed at us. So he's sort of cocking an arrow back. Yeah, the arrows are more or less being aimed at us. So we have to be very, very careful. What we're going to do for now is we're just going to run through this graveyard. We're going to ignore everything in here. But we are absolutely 110% coming back here later on. Shit. Because there are very, very important items in this area. However, there is a red-eye enemy. God damn it, I ran out of stamina. So after we turn the giant archer friendly, we will be able to sort of explore that area in peace. So don't forget to jump over here, because there is an item. This is the Great Scythe, pretty good weapon. It's a fan favorite from Dark Souls 1. But basically, when you're in this area, you want to be running. This way you avoid the giant archer. And we are now at the boss fog for the Curse-Rotted Greatwood. However, we are not going to fight the Curse-Rotted Greatwood. Instead, we're going to sort of move on. And like I said, the Undead Settlement is a huge, huge area, so there's a lot to do before you fight the boss. And if you want to get the achievement for joining the Mound Makers, I think it's an achievement. There's definitely an achievement for donating 30 Vertebra Shackles to the Covenant to get an item. I think it's a spell. Yeah. Like, you don't want to fight the boss right now. That said, there are some dogs over here, so you want to sort of approach these carefully, because there are also several enemies nearby, including an evangelist. I think... No, maybe not. Maybe it's just these three guys. Okay. Ugh, man, I thought that last sword hit was going to reach. Okay. Go ahead and grab the Titanite shard. There is an evangelist, it's just over there. We're going to come up the stairs, though. All these undead guys here. Alright, and basically what we're doing now is we're sort of making our way back to the first bonfire, kinda. Yeah. But in a very roundabout sort of way. So these guys have a big pot that they can smash. They're pretty deadly. And sometimes they can do like repeating hits. See if we can get there. You go. Yeah, big pot. I think they throw the pot too. If you get too far away from them, they will like chuck the pot at you and pull out the like the tree saw thing. Oh, come on. Yeah, that was a greedy last hit, but I don't care. Great. Moving on. Alright. So, we are going to have some enemies here. Do have to be careful. Yep. Bomb throwers right there. I can't remember if you get to them from the back or not. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and run to the side here. Oh god. Big mistake. Right. So we got to drop down here. But there is an enemy back here. Oh, that was bad timing. Another one. I think this is just a shard. Yeah, that's okay. And believe it or not, we're actually right near a bonfire. So, yeah. So many bonfires in this game, it's crazy. Alright, let's go ahead and come in here. Light this bonfire. I'm not going to rest at it just because we killed some enemies. We made some progress. Alright, so now we can come up here, and then we can kill these bomb throwers safely. Relatively safe. Okay, so we are now approaching another NPC. Cornyx the Pyromancer. Hello. Ugh, God, Dark Souls. Alright, so Cornyx the Pyromancer is what he sounds like. He's this dude in a cage. So go ahead and talk to him, and then ask to learn Pyromancy, and then he will go to the Firelink Shrine. And then you get the hand axe, which is a nod to, like, the hand axe being right here near the Pyromancy vendor is a nod to Laurentius of the Great Swamp from Dark Souls 1. Because that was the Pyromancer starting weapon. Okay, so we got something here. Soul of an Unknown Traveler. And then we got this guy here. Buddy. And we get the Fire Clutch ring there. Okay, I don't think we can open this door from this side, which kinda sucks. But that's okay. So this is the bridge that leads back to the first bonfire. Does not open from this side. Okay. So we got the Caduceus shield. So what we have to do now is I actually do need to warp back to the first bonfire. It's just easier to grab this bonfire this way. Just in the grand scheme of things, as you sort of work your way through the village. Alright, so let's go ahead. You know, let's go back to Firelink and level up again. Okay, let's go Strength again. Great. And then I'll introduce you to Cornyx. Let's see what Greirat does, too. So Greirat's still here. Okay. Real up, and then Cornyx shows up here. So here's Cornyx. He is the Pyromancy vendor. He gives you Pyromancy Flame. I don't know what these emotes do. He gives you the Pyromancy Flame, and then you can reinforce your Pyromancy Flame, which is how you level up the sort of strength of your Pyromancies. You can purchase items from him. You know, you get his set. I think his inventory expands at some point, but then you can also learn basic Pyromancies. The way spells work in Dark Souls 3 is that you will come across, you'll come across books, and then you have to give those tomes over to vendors. There's Miracle Tomes, Pyromancy Tomes, Dark Pyromancy Tomes, Dark Miracle Tomes, Spell Tomes, all sorts of things. And eventually, as you sort of adventure through the game, Firelink Shrine will become very populated with your spell vendors, and then you'll have various folks to give them to. Alrighty. Cool. So now that we've sort of explained Cornyx and that, let's go back to the Undead settlement. Alright, back in the Undead settlement, we are now going to sort of traverse the bridge and open that door that we couldn't open before. So we just gotta sort of go back to the little, I wouldn't say bonfire area, maybe effigy area, the big tree. And be able to run across the bridge. We can just sort of ignore things, though. You don't have to do absolutely everything. To sort of watch your back, because sometimes, yep, villagers will show up. Very good. Great. Okay. Great. So, yeah, this guy throws firebombs. I was waiting for him to do that. And then I'm going to go inside this house just to open up the door, but there are villagers and thief guys inside, so you have to be careful. I believe there's actually a thief right here. No? In the stables? Yep, there we go. So these are just villagers in the stables, but believe me, there are thieves, and one of them has a really big sword you're going to have to deal with. Okay. Yep, there he is. Using a broadsword. He just smashes you down. Oh, God. Ugh, yeah. Damn. Okay, we got him. Drops rubbish. Nice. Alright, and I think there might be one on the back wall, too. No? Okay. Cool, so now we can open the door, and then this sort of allows us to go back to that other bonfire. And imagine that, like, going from bonfire to bonfire in, like, 10 seconds. Like, that's just not great. Anywho, we're gonna... Oh. Somebody just dropped, I think. Yep, how you doing? Oh, Blow Dart guy. That's actually very helpful that he just dropped. Alright, so what we're gonna do now is we're actually gonna go to the Mound Makers. So, from this bridge, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna walk along here. And then there's going to be a lot of thief guys to avoid here. Some of them are on walls. Some of them have blow darts. As you can see, the blow dart there. Sort of come down here for a moment of respite. But it really won't last that long. Because sometimes these guys can drop into this little crevice and really sort of mess your day up. So what we're going to try to do is more or less just rush here. Yep. Try to... God. Yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes. Alright. Alright. So, over here, take this guy out, but there's still one behind you on that roof there. So you do have to be careful. And I'll grab this treasure in a second. I'm just trying to take care of these guys as best I can. Okay. Great. So, Thrall Axe. There's a treasure here. Homeward Bone. Wonderful. Okay, so here's a funny thing. I'm going to drop here, and then this is actually an NPC here. We can speak with him, and then let's just listen to what he has to say.
Another Nana disappeared. So Cloranthy carries a cage. He ever has his cage. And Nana's never coming back. So come into the cage and become Nana's shade.
All right. So... that guy is sort of your hint to look around for a cage that you might be able to get into. Sort of. A little weird, for sure, but it's a Souls game. It's going to be weird. There are some treasures over here. Just sort of be on the lookout for those. Once you're ready, we can walk back up these rooftops. Okay. That's not a treasure, right? Okay, I thought that guy might have dropped the treasure. So we got this corpse here. Fading soul. Alright, now let's head back up to the roof and then go to the right. And then we will find the entrance to the Mound Maker's Covenant. It's this big guy right here with the cage. Alright. So, don't be afraid of this guy. I don't think he can actually aggro. Basically what you want to do is you want to run up behind him. And then just press X to enter the cage. You examine it. The cutscene plays. I'm going to skip it for now. But then you wind up in this little swamp area here. And there's an NPC at the far end. And this NPC is Hodrick. So go ahead and grab this. Large wooden shield. And then you can speak to Hodrick.
Well, what's up? This pit is for hollows.
And then if you disagree to him, or if you agree with him, he invites you to the Mound Makers. And then use your Homeward Bone to go back.
this beautiful.
And then I think we can kill him for his gear here. Holy Knight Hodrick. Combat when summoned. Wheels of Flamberge. No, we don't have to kill him. Okay, so it gives us the Homeward Bone. This is the altar for the Mound Makers. So you have the Covenant item. So you no longer need to worry about killing the Cursed Rotted Greatwood. But basically when we come back here in a few minutes, maybe like 10 minutes, to kill the Cursed Rotted Greatwood, we will eventually drop down here. And when that happens, Hodrick dies. So that's why you have to get in the cage, come down here before fighting the Cursed Rotted Greatwood. Otherwise, Hodrick will die. Okay, so let's go ahead and use that Homeward Bone he gave us. And then let's go to the Bonfire last rested at, because I just wanted to check to see if this sends us back but keeps the enemies alive. If it restores my Estus, I'll know my answer, but... okay. Unfortunate. So, believe it or not, we are not done with that tiny little area. So, we got to... So we have to go back to where we just were, where we entered the Moundmaker Covenant, because there's a very important corpse that... you can shoot it down with a bow, but if you don't have the stats to use a bow, you kind of have to do it now. Or you have to do it this way, rather. So let's just wait for these villagers here. Okay, very good. Alright. Oh, these guys. Yeah, I thought there was a second one. Very good. Alright, so we can come over here. And again, we have to deal with all the little thief guys, so just be careful. Oof. Alright. Over here, deal with this guy. What? Where is he going? Alright, cool. So now that we've entered the Mound Makers, we can... I'm pretty sure I could just completely ignore this enemy. I don't think he will ever aggro. I've never actually walked past him. Nope. Okay, he just ignores us. Okay, so there's a corpse here. You want to cut that down. It's going to drop sort of onto the platform below. But you cannot follow it. You will die. So now we just sort of need to go to where that corpse lands. And you can, again, you can shoot it down with a bow. You don't have to do it that way. Oh god, can I actually not get back? Oh no, I can. I can just drop here. I guess it's going to start raining. Okay. Great. So, do not rest at the bonfire, otherwise that corpse will reset its position. You don't want that. Alright, this guy's still here. Instead, what you want to do is I'm going to come down here, and then you can drop onto this bridge. And it's probably a bit safer. Yeah. Perfect. Alright. Over here. And then we'll drop here. Just to sort of make this a touch easier on ourselves. But watch out for the bomb throwers. Alright. Like I said, Undead Settlement. Really, really big area. There's so much to do here. And believe it or not, we are not even remotely close to done. There's still so much more. So now we're on the other side of this church before, where the Cursed Rotted Greatwood is, the boss. But again, we are not going to fight the boss just yet. So hopefully I can ignore the big pot. Yeah, okay. Cool. being on the other side of this dog is a little frustrating. We just aggro this guy. Great. Okay, that's really helpful. Cool. And then this guy. Alright. Great. So now we're going to start making our way over to where we drop that corpse along with some other like roundabout big shortcut things. Where did the evangelist go? There should have been an evangelist here. Weird. Alright, but first we're going to come into the sewers here. And there's going to be quite a few rats to deal with, so go ahead and take out your firebombs. There's some heavy fog in this sewer. And there's a giant rat through the fog, so you do have to be careful. Get the Estus fist weapon. The fog obscures your view, though, so you gotta be careful. Yep, there he is. Okay. But killing that rat gives you the blood bite ring. We should actually... I always forget you have 4 ring slots in this game. Yeah. Okay, so there is a ladder here at the far end. And then, believe it or not, this is going to open up another shortcut back to another bonfire. So this is where Hodrick invaded us. It's just on the other side of the grave. On the little graveyard there, little cemetery. So that is the shortcut there. In case you want to skip over that whole interaction with the giant, you can. Alright. And then there's a locked door here, which we will get the key to in a little bit. It is in that cemetery where the giant is shooting arrows. So there's a way to safely get through there. Like I said, we can get the archer to be friendly to us. Come on, buddy. Oh! Slide down, dude. Slide. Oh, you son of a bitch. That sucks. He was so close to sliding down. Gotta watch out for the other guy. Ugh. I don't really even know what's behind me. Oh no, come back. Okay, we got one. That's good. What did this guy drop? Again, I don't know what happened to the evangelist. Maybe it doesn't spawn if you approach from one way. I could have sworn there was an evangelist, like, standing on the other side of the bridge. Alright, let's get this guy. And then there's a third pot thrower in the distance there. But I think we should be safe from him, relatively. You do have to be careful, though, because... Oh, God. There is a, there's a villager sort of tucked behind one of the buildings that you want to be mindful of. Yeah, I guess you really just can't parry these things. The bleed damage is just crazy. It stacks up so fast against these guys. Alright. Oh, nice Titanite shard. Thank you, sir. Alright. Like I said, there's a pot thrower over there, but there is a villager tucked behind one of these buildings here that I want to take care of. Oh, maybe he already came out. Okay, so here's the corpse that we chopped down. And grab that for the flame stone plate ring. Okay, and then before we go any further, we're going to come up here. And I think I can avoid the pot thrower for now. I am gonna kill it eventually, but... Alright. Here we go. Alright. Great. Get some more alluring skulls. Kind of trash treasure, but that's okay. Oh, that was a mistake. Okay, great. Okay, so that's this area here. And now what I'm going to do is, again, this is a little uncharacteristic of my walkthroughs. I'm doing this sort of out of order just because I like to end my walkthroughs on a boss. So this gentleman here, this is Eygon of Carim, who has one of the greatest voices. I forget who this guy's voice actor is, but absolutely wonderful. And he is sort of protecting this maiden here. Obviously, the door does not open from the side, and it's unclear how to get there. I'll show you in a minute, but yeah, he's this maiden's protector, and she's your miracle vendor, so you do want to rescue her. Eygon, however, feels like Irina, who's the woman in the cell. He feels like she keeps getting herself in trouble, and so he's like pretty content with her being locked in the cell. He's not like trying to rescue her or anything. So he's like a weird little guy. Big guy, actually. One thing I want to point out here, though, is these flames in the distance. This is the swamp of Farron, or Farron Swamp. And eventually, when you venture into Farron Swamp, you're going to put those flames out. So the world of Dark Souls 3 is interconnected, just like in the previous games. But there's also like environmental effects that change based on what you're doing. Okay, so this elevator here goes up to reveal a different elevator. So, knowing how Souls games work, we want to get on that first elevator. And here he is. So this is Siegward of Catarina. Similar character to Siegmeyer of Catarina. However, he's sort of your first indication that the characters in this world are sort of their inverse versions of Dark Souls 1. So Siegward is a very heroic person. Unlike Siegmeyer, who's a bit cowardly. So what we do is we press the elevator button, get off, the original elevator comes back down, and then we can take it up. Okay, so we're going to take this all the way up to the top, and then what we're going to do is we're going to speak with the giant. So don't forget to come over here, grab this treasure, and then we can come out here. And again, don't be afraid. He will not attack you. You just want to speak with the giant, and then you can become friends with him. So you make peace. He gives you the young white branch, and then you can talk to him. If you kill him, I think you get his bow or something like that, but it's really not necessary for you to kill him if you don't want. I'm just checking for any other treasure around here. I feel like there was a ring here. I could be mistaken. Okay, but now that we have made peace, we can now travel through that graveyard, and the peace pact that we have made is permanent. So even if you die or rest at the bonfire, doesn't matter. Okay, so you just heard Siegward say which is a very signature Siegmeyer line, but we are not going to help him out just yet. We're not going to meet up with him again. We will return here in a moment. What I want to do now, though, is I want to venture back to the graveyard, because now the archer will be friendly to us, and we can sort of traverse the graveyard in peace and pick up some very important items. Most notably are a set of ashes, and these ashes more or less allow us to... it allows us to purchase the key to Irina's cell. So that's really our next mission here in the Undead Settlement. Like I said, this place is huge. It's like probably the longest area in the game by far. So you just kind of want to traverse carefully. But like I said, now that the archer is friendly, the arrows will not be aimed at us. Instead, they'll be aimed at all the enemies. So we could literally just stand here, and the archer will kind of take care of everybody for us. There you go. So, we literally don't have to do anything. It's pretty funny. Alright. sometimes, sometimes he'll miss, or some folks won't get hit. That's okay, though. Alright, yeah. But once everybody's dead, he'll sort of stop launching arrows. Don't forget about this guy in here. Take him out real quick. Just so you can sort of totally move in peace and not have to worry about him waking up or anything. A lot of treasure here. There's one that you have to sort of jump to. So just be careful when doing that. Great. Undead Bone Shard, perfect. So you can level up your Estus Flask. And then the ashes are sort of in the back. Young White Branch, I mentioned this in the first walkthrough, Young White Branches are... Man, the Young White Branches are basically the item form of the Chameleon spell. So it's an item that allows you to cast Chameleon on yourself, which is very, very helpful. But there is a thief right here that you gotta watch out for. Oh, you son of a bitch. Alright, and then you get the full Cleric set here as well. And then the ashes, I think, are tucked right here. Right, these are the Mortician's ashes. So, let's just make sure we've cleaned everything out here. I think we have. Those are the big items, the big ticket items. Okay. Great. So, yeah, let's do this. Let's run back to this bonfire over here. And let's go to Firelink Shrine. Please don't kill me. Thank you. So let's go to Firelink Shrine. We'll trade in the ashes with the Shrine Maiden. And then we'll be able to buy the key to the cell. And then we will come back and use the key, rescue Irina, and then fight the boss finally. Oh boy, it is raining. Okay. So give her the Umbral Ash, give her the Mortician's Ashes, and then we can now purchase the Grave Key for 1,500 souls. So go ahead and do that. And then she now sells some more embers, some alluring skulls, and I think the pine resin is added now as well. And we can also buy a torch. You don't really need it, ever. Alright. Alright, so Greirat has stopped crying, I guess, so now we can probably send him out. Right. So send him to pillage. Purchase any items that you weren't able to purchase from him before. And then, basically, if you rest or whatever, he will just disappear, and he'll go into the Undead Settlement. He'll come back eventually. I think maybe once you beat the Cursed Rod of Greatwood or something like that. But yeah, he'll come back eventually. Alright, so let's level up again. Do what we can. Oh, wow, it is really raining out there. It's crazy. Alright. Cool. So now that we have the key, let's go ahead and travel, and then go back to the dilapidated bridge. Luckily, Dark Souls 3 remembers the bonfire that you traveled from, and it will always be the the bonfire selected when you go to warp back. So it's kind of nice. Okay. Hello, friends. I'm going to take care of these rats just in case. Luckily, these rats don't build poison. I think just the giant rat does. Okay, so now that we have the key that we just purchased, we can open this door. Use the grave key. Wonderful. And then this area has a lot of corpses, or a lot of skeletons. It also has the statue of Velka that you can pray at. And just like in Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2, you can request absolution. I guess Demon Souls Remake has this too. You can request absolution in case you've sinned against any NPCs. You can pray there, and I think it's 10%, or 10 times your level is the cost, something like that. Anyway, we get the red hilted halberd. And then these skeletons on the floor can reanimate, so you have to be careful. It's specific ones, of course, but you do want to watch out. Yeah. You don't need a divine weapon or anything. You can just kill them. I think you have to kill them twice, though. Nope, just once. But you do want to be careful, because sometimes they will reanimate in groups. You want to be careful of that. They do look really cool, though. I like their design in this game. Oh, boy. Okay, great. There's another one. Yeah, they sort of still have clothes, which I think is just kind of funny. Alright. And then in this area we have a few more skeletons. I think they'll reanimate once we move past them. Yep. Okay. This guy as well. Yeah, they also have like roots growing through them and stuff. Pretty cool design. Okay. So in this room here, there's going to be a lot of rats. Oh, maybe not. No, there will be. So there's a crystal lizard here. Oh, I just realized we have a pot thrower that's going to be these guys are going to be throwing pots at us. Die. Thank you. I get a twinkling titanite. Oh, a heavy gem from that one. Quickly get everything in here. Yeah. There he is. Jesus. Try to run away. Nah, I guess not. We do have to fight him. It kind of sucks. There we go. Okay. He's down. Great. Alright, let's keep on running through. Right, so there's a corpse here. And then you can use a throwing knife. Just gotta aim it. Can I equip a bow? I might still be able to do this. There we go. Okay. Great. I'm gonna unequip that now. Alright, you get the Blessed Red and White Shield +1. And then we're going to open this door here. Or actually, we just go through here. So this is the room I was thinking of. It has a lot of rats. They sort of just, like, come out of these little holes. Yeah, there's going to be quite a few of them. You don't have to kill them. Like, you could just rush the ladder, but I'd rather just kill them for the souls, really. I think that's it. Alright, great. I can grab this, the Saint's Talisman. That should give you an idea of where you are. So we're going to come up this ladder. Whew. And then we will be in Irina's cell. Here she is. Alright, go ahead and touch her. Let her know that you're here. She's blind. Alright, you get the prayer, emote. And then you can accept her service. She goes to Firelink, and then you can open this door. And then, much to Eygon's chagrin, he will sort of chastise you for rescuing her. But then you can talk to him a little bit. And then he won't disappear to Firelink Shrine, but he'll go there eventually. Okay, so back here in the tower, it's now time to sort of continue on with Siegward's quest. We have to jump out of the elevator at a specific spot. Right here. You'll hear him say, and then, oh, whoops, go ahead and exit. And then you can see him just kind of chilling on this ledge here. And in the distance, you can see a demon. So, unlike Siegmeyer of Catarina, Siegward charges into battle. Just heads up, it's gonna happen. So once you're ready, just go ahead and talk to him. And then once you drop down, he will follow. So here we go. You'll hear him rushing in like a crazy person. Yeah, I think it's like once you aggro this thing. Yep, there he is.
No.
So yeah, he sort of like gets angry at you for rushing in.
Too late now.
Oh, I think I'm stuck.
Right by your side.
Alright, so Siegward cannot kill this thing on his own. He deals decent damage, but he cannot kill it on its own. You do have to be careful though. This is basically the Asylum Demon from Dark Souls 1. It's not too hard of a fight, but he can explode with fire, and then he deals bonus fire damage. I'm using a fire sword, which really isn't helping the cause here. He's taking less damage than he would with a regular weapon. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Is Siegward still alive? Yes, he is. I, like, totally forgot about that attack. Luckily, Siegward has a decent amount of health. So it's, like, a little tough for him to die. Alright, there we go. That's the demon. So once you kill the demon, it goes away, you get a fire gem. You do a little dance. And then if you speak with Siegward, he will thank you. And then he'll give you a Siegbrow. And then he falls asleep. Uses the toast emote and he will fall asleep. There you go. So, Siegward is now asleep. He will stay asleep until you run into him again. We have to rescue him, believe it or not. So he is a little bit like Siegward, or Siegmeyer, in that you do have to rescue him. But it's not a constant thing. He's actually a very nice presence in the game. Okay, but there's a decent amount of items in this area. Get the large club, great weapon. Can we get up here? Yeah, we can. Okay, great. Chop that down. Chop these down. Get a Pale Tongue. Oh, great. So the Pale Tongue, great item. The Pale Tongue allows you to respec your character. You have to visit a certain NPC who's somewhat hidden, but you trade the Pale Tongue in exchange for respecking. I think there's a limit of like 3 or 4 or 5 times per playthrough that you can respec, but you need the Pale Tongue. The Pale Tongue, I believe, Hawkwood. I think looting a Pale Tongue also triggers Hawkwood. No? Oh no, okay, so... oh Jesus, what's his name? Hang on one second, there's a... Okay, Leonhardt. Ringfinger Leonhardt is an NPC who shows up... he shows up in Firelink. He has already shown up, I just have not visited him yet. But he is basically like the Dark Wraith NPC of the game. After you get a Pale Tongue and light the Cliff Underside Bonfire, or when you defeat the Cursed Rod of Greatwood, you can speak with him, and then he will give you the key to that locked elevator room in the Highwall of Lothric, which we will visit again. Just heads up. So this is the northern set. This might be better than my set. It's better in weight. It's a downgrade in physical reduction, upgrade in bleed. I think I'd rather just use it, really. It's a bit lighter. Yeah, that feels way better. Anyway, so we will do that in this walkthrough. Don't worry, I will complete that little part of the quest line. All right, So now that everything outside is cleared, it's time to go inside. So you have hanging cage spiders, and they can drop on you. So you always want to be sort of targeting as you move throughout this area. There are also enemies inside. So just be careful. Yeah, like basically once you get near them, they drop. Okay. Some alluring skulls. I think there's dogs in here, so just, I guess, be on the lookout for that. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, there's dogs in here. Yes, here he is. Here's another one. Oh, die. What is happening? Thank you, Jesus. God and baby Jesus. Very good, very good, very good. And then I do believe there's an evangelist in here somewhere. Yeah. Oh, there's two of them. Right. Hello. I really wish one of these guys, one of these ladies would drop. Yeah, that's great. What's funny is I'm pretty sure we got the best treasure in this place already, so we're just sort of here for our own health, more or less. Wow, what a parry that was. I'm proud of that one. That was great. I wonder if we could backstab her. Yep, great. Should be able to chop her up, no problem. Wonderful. All right. Siegward's still just sleeping over there. So I recently played Dark Souls 3 Cinders last year, and so like treasure was put in different places in that mod. So if I seem like confused as to where I'm going, it's because I expect treasure to be in places that it won't be. Flynn's ring. I think this is for archers. Oh, lowering equip load increases attack. Okay. Cool. I think we can drop... Yeah. Is that just Flynn's ring up here? Yeah, is that it? Okay. Actually, I'm just going to consult the book really quick because I feel like there's an ash here. I might be totally wrong now. Yeah, Siegward. Village, red bug pellet, human pine resin. At the bottom, you can find most of the Lucatil Mirror armor set. The Chloranthy ring is here. Right, okay. I thought it was this. Okay. So the dogs were guarding a chest. I'm glad I looked at the book because I forgot about the chest. The dogs were guarding a chest. Let's grab that really quick. You know what's kind of annoying? Well, no. Yeah. Oh, God. Jeez, I didn't realize there's so many of these things. These things don't do like a ton of damage, but they can sort of stun lock you if you're not careful. Okay, so this is the Lucatiel Mirrah set is here. Where's that? Oh, that's in the Human Power Northern Armored Large Club Fire Jump. Yes, okay. So that's in the tower. Okay, great. Alrighty. Yeah, chests in this game can sometimes be kind of hard to see. Alright. So any Dark Souls 2 fans out there, you're going to be pretty happy to find this armor. This is the Lucatiel Mirrah armor. I actually completely forgot about this, and I'm pretty sure my first time through the game, it took me a while to figure out where the Chloranthy ring was. But basically, we're going to drop down here. Drop here. And then come around. The Evangelist is back. Oh, maybe it's because I rested. Anyway. Homeward Bone here. And then there's a tower here that we can drop down. Carefully. Great. Perfect. Alright, here's the Mirrah vest. And then the Chloranthy ring is right here. Wonderful. Check one thing. Nothing back here. Okay, great. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use a Homeward Bone, and we are going to go back to Firelink. Luckily, Homeward Bones in Dark Souls 3 allow you to choose if you want to go back directly to Firelink Shrine or just go to whatever bonfire you last rested at. So let's go ahead and burn our Bone Ash. Or Undead Bone Shard. I always mess that up. Okay. And then I will introduce you to Catarina, or Irina. Irina can be found over here. Greirat is not back yet. Irina can be found in this little alcove here.
Oh, champion.
Right. And then she sells miracles. And anytime you find a miracle tome, go ahead and give it to her. However, you want to be careful because giving her dark miracle tomes or corrupted miracle tomes or something like that, whatever the dark ones are, Miracles of the Deep, maybe they're called, it can start her on a bad quest line. Yeah. So you don't really want to do that. It'll also make Eygon of Carim hostile towards you. I can't remember if there's any rewards for going down that quest line. You can give the dark miracle tomes to, I believe, the dark magic vendor. Dark magic vendor, Dark Souls 3. Not Orbeck. Carla. Yes, you can give her the Deep Braille Divine Tome and the Londor Braille Divine Tome. Yeah, so you can still do that. And then Irina. You can give those to Carla. Irina. Purchasing any dark miracles from her causes her to fall into darkness and be taken away by Eygon. Purchasing all dark miracles causes her to stop being a vendor, initiates a gloomy dialogue. If you speak with her while equipping Morn's gauntlets, which are from Eygon, she has some more things to say. She thinks that you are Eygon. But purchasing all holy miracles instead, without buying any dark ones, turns her into a firekeeper. Okay, great. So, yeah, that is a way to get Morn's gauntlets or whatever. But we're going to leave her alone for now. And then Eygon should also now be here in Firelink Shrine. He's usually by her little space. Maybe he might be outside. Okay, so Leonhardt, Pale-Tongue Leonhardt, has now shown up here. He's over here. Speaking to him immediately gives you 5 cracked red eye orbs. But after you get a pale tongue from him, we may need to warp. Just reload the area. Giving him a pale tongue, or having a pale tongue in your inventory, makes him give you the key.
Wow.
Right. Cool. So, now that we have that, I'm going to head on back to the Highwall of Lothric. There's so much to do in the Undead Settlement, it's crazy. Like I tried to warn you at the beginning of this video, there's a lot here. Go ahead and warp to the tower on the wall, and then we will now be able to open the final locked door here, and that will lead us to an elevator that takes us down to a Dark Wraith. That's pretty exciting. In the alpha of the game, or the network test, the key to this elevator was, here in the game. It was here in Highwall, so they moved it. But the elevator did not lead to a Dark Wraith. It led to the same exact place, but the enemy inside was an Outrider Knight. And that was like the first Outrider Knight shown. So, pretty interesting. Oh, right. I almost forgot about this guy. Hello. Oh. Yeah. Okay, great. It's right here. So this is the door they now have the key to, the lift chamber key. Then we can take this down and then just be ready for a fight. Alright, here he is. We have our Dark Wraith. They look really cool in Dark Souls 3. Pretty similar to Dark Souls 1, just a bit more flare on the armor. Same exact attack pattern, and pretty high poise. They have the Dark Hand still. I don't think it looks as good as Dark Souls 1, but still pretty interesting. Oh god. That's not what I wanted. Didn't want that either. Jesus. I'm just messing up. Too early, John. Come on, dude. I love how they have a kick. Way too early, dude. Come on. Oh my god, I got stuck on a corpse. Oh, and they still have Dark Hand, by the way. There we go. That wasn't a perfect parry, but that's okay. Alright. Taking the Dark Wraith down gives you a full Red Eye Orb, along with the Dark Sword. And then there are more Dark Wraiths in the game that respawn. You can fight over and over and over, and you can put together the Dark Wraith set. I should tell you that the Lucatiel mask, or the Mirrah, oh no, it is Lucatiel's mask, can be obtained by trading a Vertebrae Shackle, or Vertebra Shackle, with Snuggly the Crow. So if you want to complete that set, you just got to give one Vertebra Shackle to Snuggly. I realize I could just use a Homeward Bone, but I'm too lazy. And again, you can kill the dragon if you like. I don't know if I'll ever really get to it, but you can kill that dragon from a distance. Okay, so we've done that. We have that now. Let's go ahead and finish out the... Let's go ahead and finish out the Undead Settlement finally. The boss that we're going to fight is the Curse-Rotted Greatwood. The Curse-Rotted Greatwood is a pretty interesting boss. But again, do not kill it. Do not even engage it until you have... Oh, we can fight a Mound Maker if we like. Do not engage it until you have joined the Mound Maker Covenant. And if you're just joining me for the walkthrough for this section, on how to kill the Curse-Rotted Greatwood, check the video description for the timestamps, and that will, give you the information you need to join the Mound Maker Covenant. Yeah, there we go. I was waiting for him. Cool beans. Don't forget about this guy here. Very good. Okay. So again, make sure you join the Mound Maker Covenant. If you're not sure how to do that, check the video description for the timestamp with the instructions. It is a little involved, but it is all done here, so don't worry. Okay, so once you're ready, we're going to walk into this room, and that giant blobby tree is the boss. There are a lot of just lesser enemies in this room that you can kill. Basically, what we have to do is we have to attack the boss. The pustules, the white pustules, are the weak points. Eventually, it grows arms. The white arms are also weak, but the pustules will always be where you're aiming. Eventually, the boss will break the floor, and then you'll drop. You will not take any fall damage, and it will kill any remaining, or at least it should, kill any remaining lesser enemies in the arena. So what you might want to do is just sort of like walk around the room and try to kill some ahead of time. Some are more annoying than others. Let's start with these ones over here. Yeah, the red eye ones. There's that. Curse Rod of Greatwood wakes up. Just watch for its swipey swipes, because it will happen. It can kill the enemies in the room. Sometimes it doesn't. Like sometimes it just misses. Yep, there you go. So this is what you're aiming for here. These white pustules. It won't look like it's taking any damage, or it'll take very, very little damage. It's gonna... It's going to look like it's taking very, very little damage. Trust me, it is taking damage. And eventually it's going to explode. And then once it explodes... God, come on, dude. Once it explodes, you'll drop. It's going to do a big sort of slam on the ground. You can just literally watch these guys. And then you all fall. But you live, they don't. That's how it goes. Alright, now from here, there are more and more pustules available for you to be hitting. There are a finite amount of pustules, however, so you do have to, be mindful of that. The arm cannot be broken. Okay. The arm cannot be broken. However, it does take sort of bonus damage. So, in the weird, rare event... Oh, God. I totally forgot about the slam. Luckily, it doesn't do a ton of damage. But in the rare event that you run out of pustules or you can't, reach any of them, just attack the hand, and you'll be okay. You'll be able to kill it. Oh, God. Yeah, it's got him on its back, and when you kill some, others pop up, so... You have plenty of opportunities. There's pustules on the hands, on the branches. They're sort of all around. Just look for the white. Jeez, man. Ugh. How dare you. Oh, boy. Yeah, you really gotta watch out for that. And then it, of course, puts this weird liquid on the ground that slows you and deals damage over time. Just slow ticking damage sort of thing while you're in it. But it is constant. Just wait for it to go away, and then you'll be able to maneuver around. That arm is, hilariously weird. It can just reach you from wherever it wants. Yikes. Dude. I should have started blocking. I'm so used to playing the game with the giant's knife, or the butcher's knife, that I sort of get a little cocky in the early game. Oh, dude, come on. Oh, no. Wow, dude, this isn't good. I gotta be really careful now. Wow. Oh, dude, what? Please explode. There we go. One more, and then there's another. Oh, just look over the hand. Alright, so that is the Curse Rod of Greatwood, I think. Yes, that is the Curse Rod of Greatwood. It can be a little bit chaotic, but you get the soul of the Rod of Greatwood along with the Transposing Kiln. And then over here is the Bonfire, and as you can see, the tree falling down kills Hodrick. So that's why you have to do it beforehand. That's why you gotta join the Covenant beforehand. I do want to check something out, though. I always thought you can get his armor from him. Maybe not. That's okay. So let's go ahead and go to Firelink Shrine. I'll show you how to use the Transposing Kiln, and then we will end this 2-hour walkthrough. Like I said, this is like the biggest area in the game, so like don't feel like you have to do all this now, or do this all in one shot. You don't. Although I am realizing that I have 20,000 souls, so I think what I'm going to do is purchase the key. But with the Transposing Kiln, what you want to do is you want to come up here, and you want to go to Lovelace, Corland, and then give him the Transposing Kiln. Oops. Giving him the Transposing Kiln allows you to craft boss weapons using boss souls. So every time you kill a boss, check out his inventory. He does have some other items to sell. He has the Hollow Slayer Greatsword. This does not require a soul. He has Arstor Spear. Does not require a soul. I think this... one of the curses that festered within the belly of the Greatwood. So it's like a sword that was in the Greatwood. You can craft Vort's Hammer, Demon Great Axe, Demon's Fist. So this is how you do all that. Keep visiting Lovelace and looking at the... looking at his inventory. And then you'll be able to, purchase more boss weapons. All right, like I said, I am going to purchase the tower key now. But let me just look up really fast. Patches. If you climb to the rafters or to the cathedral for tricks, only cross your after you've been tricked. Okay. Patches Questline, right. Oops, tower. Okay. If the deacons of the deep are killed, or you take the shortcut to Rosaria, Patches will disappear from the cathedral. He will next appear if you go up the bell tower. Okay. The tower appears as a merchant after you defeat the Abyss Watchers. Okay. So I am not yet going to purchase the tower key. I want to do that quest line in order, so we will wait. So for now, let's go ahead and level up.
Very well then taken.
And then it's strength again. Yeah. All right. So pretty soon I'm going to change weapons. Let me just look it up. Butcher's knife. The butcher knife. Drops from the Madwoman NPC, wielding this weapon in the Road of Sacrifices. So Road of Sacrifices is right after the Undead Settlement. Great. Okay, so that's going to be it for this part of the walkthrough. In the next walkthrough, we will go through the Road of Sacrifices, and then we will do that sort of area, the Crucifixion Woods, I think it's called. Is that not a thing? Crucifixion Woods, Dark Souls? It is. Okay. Oh, the Crucifixion Woods is a bonfire. The whole area is not called Crucifixion Woods. Okay, that makes sense. Anyway, yeah, so in the next part of the walkthrough, we're going to go through Road of Sacrifices, and we will fight the Crystal Sage as the boss. It'll be a much shorter walkthrough. The area's still pretty big. It's just sort of like a round little swampy kind of area that also links to Farron's Swamp, but Farron's Swamp will not come for another two segments of the walkthrough. So next we're going to do Road of Sacrifices, and then we're going to do the Cathedral of the Deep right after that. Yeah, and then we will sort of backtrack and then go to Farron's Swamp. So the world of Dark Souls 3 from here on out is it's branchingly linear. So you have areas that connect to other areas, but pretty much everything leads to a dead end at some point, and then you've got to warp back and take another path. It's not like Dark Souls 1 where everything sort of like feeds into itself and it's like a very connected world. This is more like a tree. So there will be some warping back and forth once we clear certain areas. I will say this is very likely going to be the longest part of the walkthrough. I kind of can't think of another longer area, at least in the base game. Maybe Irithyll is long, but this was definitely the longest one. There's a lot to cover, a lot that we did cover in the Undead Settlement. But we are done for now, and we've unlocked a lot of NPCs. We've done a lot of things. Oh, actually, let me check to see if Homeboy came back really fast. I think he comes back maybe after you open the door. Oh, no, he is back. Great. So Greirat comes back with his winnings, and then as you can see, his inventory has expanded a great deal. So he will also, we're going to send him out again. I think when we get to Irithyll is when he goes out. Yeah. So if you need anything from Greirat, go ahead and purchase it now. Yeah, and then you can talk to him, and he has nothing new to say. Okay, great. Cool. So I hope this has helped. Again, next time we'll go through the Road of Sacrifices, and then we will go to Cathedral of the Deep from there. But I hope this has helped. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for Dark Souls 3, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the blue join button below this video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and on Twitch, and as always, I'll be Johnny Cage. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.